Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Idle Zeros. We are once again on the main Aspen account. Here is our Aspen real quick. I'll show you the house, and then we can get on to the topic of today's video, which is quite exciting. I'm quite happy about it. Here's what we're working with now. Almost max trans houses, but what we did last night was we cleared Vortex. That's right, yes, we did. And it feels really good, and I'm happy about it because, whoops, wrong button. That's me. I'm the guy. So now my name is immortalized onto the leaderboards of victory, at least until another difficulty comes out, um, at which point I will hopefully be able to clear at least some of it to get more gems for the server and also for myself. But anyway, while I was recording, my phone died, and it was like a 50-minute video anyway of me doing Dominator. So what we can do now instead is I edited down some clips of some victories that I had, so we can watch those instead. So I will switch over to my camera. There's my finger. But so we basically just nuked all of Dom 4 and 5, so we can just start at Dom 4. I'm still running my nuke setup. We basically have energy feed on Aspen so that we can get consecutive active skills off, nuking the defense down hero that Drake is kind enough to set up for us. And that's basically the strategy for early Dominator. Not too stressful. We don't mind carry waves if the carries are isolated to the same line. So if they're both in the front line, that's fine. If they're both in the back line, that's fine. However, if they're staggered and we have some in the front and some in the back, we just skip over that wave. We can't do it. Too much of a pain. But here we've got Morax. We don't mind Morax. We do mind Halora a little bit, but since it's still early Dominator, she's not too much of a pain. So we just, just tank through the pings, which we can do. But there we go, damage numbers, planets. You'll notice that some of these are out of order. The order in which I clipped them down is the order they appear in my camera roll. And so you'll see some, like I think for example the big one is I actually clear Dom 1, and then that actually happens before some of my other Dom 1 planet clears. But now moving on to Dom 3, this is where we changed our setup a little bit to Rui Scepter because Nuke was not an option. We were not fast enough anymore, and our team would just fall apart before we get to attack. So we needed Rui, and then I believe in Dom 2 we start running Speedstone as well. But like that one video I have already, where basically I just say Rui Scepters for when melodic strings doesn't work out. That's pretty much the situation in Vortex, because Aspen buffs his crit. Yeah, see, there's the Dom 3 clear, even though we only showed you one planet. So here's more Dom 3. But yeah, Rui Scepter is an awesome artifact. Basically a damage artifact, since getting fears off buffs his crit and sets him up for a massive round 2 active skill, since Halora will have time to get her Abyssal Corruption off. Humongous damage coming out there. Very nice, very cool. And then Elena has been just kind of the win condition for us, just keeping us alive with her dodge stacks. Such an incredible hero. So cool. I love Elena. Moving on, we cleared Sealand 29, which I'm not sure if I posted it yet. You already know or you will know soon that we cleared Sealand 29. I haven't found a good thumbnail for it yet, so oh well. We'll get one eventually, and if I don't, you just won't ever get to see it. Is what it is. But yeah, there's a loss there, just to show you that I'm not invincible. We do lose sometimes, and in fact, quite often. I think this whole ordeal took me like 5,000 gems for re-rolls and for more attempts. You know how it goes. But here comes a nuke. The previous LFA clear that I knew of made use of base Holmes Young with Rui Scepter, and I didn't have one of those because I built Antlers Cane like a couple minutes before I attempted this, so that kind of got rid of one of my options there. But it worked out anyway, which I'm quite happy with. Didn't mind that at all. Something that has been surprisingly clutch for me was Unbending Will on carry. I'm not sure if I made use of it here, but basically it doesn't matter if she's slower. She guarantees herself an active skill, which makes it very likely that we get some energy drain off. But yeah, like I said, double carry tends to be problematic when she's staggered, but when she's in the same line, it doesn't really matter for us. Because Aspen attacks entire lines at a time, and so what happens to one carry will likely happen to the other one, unless they dodge, but we can just macro until that doesn't happen. More clears there. Here's another Dom 3 planet. I believe my next video will be getting into Dom 2, or it's this video, the next clip within this video. Oh yeah, I need to apologize to everybody who made it this far. This is the second month in a row that I failed my recording on Broken Spaces on this account. Yeah, so basically I was sick, and I was misspeaking, and I was coughing all the time, and I was having trouble having enough energy to record, and it was just garbage. And then I accidentally showed like my login info, so I just had to scrap all of that. And so obviously we can't really re-record it. The exciting thing was we cleared Broken Spaces in 2 fewer tickets than we did with Giant Killer back before X levels. So we did all of it in 10 tickets, as opposed to the 12 we took when we had Giant Killer, which is awesome. Which also suggests to me that perhaps next month we will be able to clear it in just 9, which is going to be super cool. That's an awesome milestone that I wanted. Obviously having trouble to crit against Fairy Queen Vessa, but we make it happen eventually. Here's a Dom 1 planet. Switching my people around. But like I said, double carry, still not an issue, because they are not staggered. This is quite an easy wave, actually. As long as you can outspeed the SFX, it's not really a problem. Whole backline feared, that also helps. Phoenix coming in. More fear for the Onkiri Marus, and then we're going to get an active skill off here. Just kidding, I lied. We're not. But we get one now, and it does nothing. But we retry, and then this one goes much better. Almost full fears. We get both the carries, which is the important part. Active skill from the Elena. Fear of the SFX now. We don't really care that Onkiri Maru hit us. He's not too deadly. More fear on one of the carries, and an Onkiri Maru. And now we're going to get an active skill off. Bam, nuking the SFX. We're going to get more Mystic Veil from Elena there. Fear on the backline again. Fear on the backline again. Fear on the backline again. Carry dodging, which is kind of unfortunate, but here we go. Everybody gets nuked to hell. Another Dom 1 planet. Maybe. Yeah. This one's not too bad. Since I wanted Aspen to target the defense down hero, which is 4Cs, and Ignis feeds energy downwards, we can't energy feed him, so we actually energy feed the Elena, which isn't terrible, because her backline is, her active gives tons of dodge to the back line, which we don't mind at all. So this turns out to be quite an easy wave for us. Perceptual disorder going off, except it can't, because if you know some of my older videos, you see me whining about perceptual disorder not being able to stack with an Annabelle. And lucky for me, that wave had an Annabelle, which means Sahi was not able to inflict perceptual disorder on the Aspen, even though he targeted him. And this one's kind of unfortunate, because I thought I was going to lose at the beginning, and this is like the last planet of Dominator. Yeah, I didn't crit there, so I skip it. And then it turns out to be a win, and then we clear Dom. So that's quite anticlimactic there. I clear my gems. But yeah, that was kind of sad. And for those of you who watched this long, here's my cat. His name is Chandler. Thank you for watching. That's going to be all for today. Have a good day, everyone.